Adeshimama ya mamu nyina aha premo ato ewo UTV so kase boy nsaka na ye de ebremu ye de fi ship house Abeka Junction Accra ubetimi ahwe ye wo Facebook UTV Ghana DSTV so channel 360 ho so ubetimi ahwe ye every ho na despite media so ubetimi ahwe ye na enyumako bi adaro mo na aso asene ama dumienu kase boy Midday ebremu this way chocolate drink you hia ye nsuhie specialized mineral water your special drinks your best point savings and loans best assurance and the best pension one more any nyumako ma so asene ma me de kase boy bana de edimu akotene bi ene say Ghana mampanyi nyame adomo a aba beto dwa se virtual summit ebekoso no ECOWAS amai empanimfo eno mu hia mu wei putupuru enhia mu a wo mo wa abefo ntentanwoma so mampanyin so ena sabrei na katua bia na eno no esese ye pagya mu wo kire se wone na ban mufo nyade a wo mo hwe afemu a wo mo akatua no nyade a wo mo die wo mo de ma oman no eno so sabrei wasan check de akọ eno mu nsem ye de ebeba afei wo mo eba besi aman ahodo anamu ewo mamu makomako enum na wo mo de krata aba chese ampaya soma wo mo de akwakọ kire mampanyin se ekọ amanhodo so ensemu a aba beto dwa se sabre ye ide ye ka delta variant no wo kwakọ piemu ewo Ethiopia man wo mo how da wo mo so na se covid yi asanyate atese ewo ho ensem bi ka ho na Midday ebremo ewo kasebo mu midin ede Akosua Sarpong afei kasebo no emu ensem enie nyame ya adomo a Ghana mampanyi ECOWAS wo mu enhia mu wei putupuru de yenim se ukogini ho nyoye na afei Ethiopia nso ho enyoye enu ntimpanimfo betena se na wo mu asi nkonwa akansam ahodo de afa amanyi mienu ho kwampa wo mde befa so ama asomdwe aba wei no be ne virtual na chese abefo ntentanwoma so eno so eno befa edisa enkomo no
Trivia ye twa mu yi na enkraba ye se wo Guinea man mu no asrafo akwakutu aban no atu agunam so ama wo president Alpha Conde wo mo afa nenumum ewo ho na eno ene ye nyane ntie se wo mampanyin na nado danko akufu ado a ono ene ye chairperson ema ECOWAS no wo ba be fa abefo tintanfidie so ene ECOWAS members no wo mo aye summit bi akasa afa oman Guinea coup d'etat asi ho no ehu na eno ena director of communications ema Jubilee House Eugene Ahen egina wo mampanyin na nado danko akufu ado anamu editu dwa se panyin se ono de ohunu ne se aban beba na aban akọ na sese yetumi efa akwan papa so ne yetumi atu aban agu na aban a yafa mrakwan so ayi no ye democracy ne de wuntumi emmo ntungu sa enu ntino obegina sa akwanya ne so na one ECOWAS members no wo mo aye virtual ECOWAS summit bi ato adwene afa ho ne nyina mu no eye prime minister ema Ethiopia Abiy Ahmed nso ewo Ghana wono nso ene Ghana aban ebetwetwe nkomo ahwe kwan a wo mo ebefa so ama nkitahudi a eda aman mienu no entamu no wo mo
the president tomorrow at 2 p.m. would chair a virtual emergency summit of heads of state and government of the Economic Community of West African States, basically to reaffirm the long-held belief that the ballot and not the bullet should be the only legitimate means of effecting change in the political leadership of any country within the ECOWAS community. As you already know, prior to this particular summit, as chairperson of the ECOWAS authority, issued a statement to condemn unreservedly the events in Guinea, has demanded for the respect of the physical safety of President Alpha Conde, as well as his immediate and unconditional release. Again, just as is done at the end of these summits,
Yada soa ewo abankesie mu abra owura Eugene Ahene ka ese kasa no osan ekire se mampanyin akatua se de Midday ode etu dwa se afemu ni nyina afia ye wo mu yi eyade a wono ene na bedi ekire ministers afei na points nyina afemu akatua no enyade omde omonsa eka omo de ema oman no ni nyina ye covid said ye yade no asi ahadwene ama ye sikasem nheda enkoyie no eno o chese wode empem ahanu aduasanson ahankono ne aduoson enan 237,974 eno wode akwakoma controller and accountants general's department.
Yimu ena omampanyin na nadodan kwakufu ado edebetu dwa se salaries ana akatua de ma aban adwumayefo no si ye betumi apagya mu no ode eson atoso ana se wa freeze ni nyina enu nti no mpanifo enhye ne so na omo ani hu adwuma nanso ose owo ha eno hu se efri January kosi August no salary increment a esese ewo na katua so no omo atua sa sika no ade ama no na eno ohu se sa directive na ode tu dwa ewo bosumi me mu no ekamia ye se enyade a eye adwuma eno enam so ama eye presidential press corps dumadie bia omo yere na wotwe enam so ene nsempirefo ekasa no director of communications ema presidency Eugene Ahin ede atu dwa se omampanyin na nadodan kwakufu ado ahye chief of staff se sa sika no aba piemu ewo na account mu no omo ensan fanko controller and accountant general department se sa sika no osomu a enye yi efise wo memu ena ofreeze salary increment nyina enu nti wo huni enti a efri January kosi August no wo mo de sa sika no abre no enu nti wo mo ensan fanko to aban fotuo mu.
Now, you will recall that at this year's May Day celebration, the president indicated that he had taken the decision to freeze salary increments for this year, that is 2021, for himself as president, the vice president, for ministers, for deputy ministers, and also all other appointees of the executive. He indicated that it is our modest contribution to help reduce the damage to our public finances caused by the ravages of COVID-19 and also to help hasten our nation's recovery from the effects of the pandemic. For some reason, when the president received his accrued salary from January to August this year, it was noticed that the directive he gave had not been enforced. Let me use that word. So, leading by example, on Thursday, the 2nd of September, he wrote a check amounting to 237,974 cedis to the pensions and salaries account of the Controller and Accountant General's Department to reflect the decision he has taken to freeze salary increments for himself. And he has instructed the Chief of Staff to ensure that the Vice President, the Ministers of State, Deputy Ministers of State, and other appointees of the executive also refund increments that have so far been made to them, increments which we are not entitled to for this year because he has indicated that there should be a freeze on all increments for members of the executive.
Anemusifo efri aman maku enum so enom do mokrata aba mampanyin akache beche ne se womo eba besi womo man anemu ewo ha sei de ye no letter of credentials no womo de aba a mampanyin so asom ama wonom akwaba.
Sa aban anam sifu a wo mu free aman ahodo so mo ba bedi dwuma e wo man Ghana mu ni odi kan no e British High Commissioner to Ghana e Mrs Harriet Thompson, Nigeria High Commissioner to Ghana Ibok Ikwe Ibas, afi Ambassador ma Germany e Daniel Crew, Spanish Ambassador to Ghana Jose Javier Gutierrez Blanco, eni afoforo bi a wo mo eka ho na ebi efri United Kingdom ne Netherlands a wo mu enyina ba be piem wo Ghana ha na wo mo enam so akwakobo amane e wo aban kase mu e de akoto omampanyin na adan Akosua do anim se wo mo eba bedi wo mu dwuma e wo man Ghana mu wo mo eba e de wo mo ho abekire nam so ama ye Nigerian High Commissioner to Ghana e nam so e de nsem weyi etu dwa.
Excellency Mr. President back home emphasizes on the cardinal objectives of his government, which of course are to ensure that he tackles security, improves on security, revitalizes the economy, as well as provides processes for good governance for our nations. This is in line with what you're doing here, Your Excellency, and it is believed that with the two nations working together, that we can harness the limitless opportunities that exist between our nations for growing the economies and the prosperity of our people. I want to assure you that while I'm here, I will endeavor to do the appropriate things that will enable our countries to grow so that we can move our countries to the next level.
Eno achi no mampanyi na nado danko Akufo-Addo edi to dwa se wo mamu nyina akwa aba na wo mo abayi wo mo emra meye adwuma yi nam so ebo ma ba so ewo akwanya wo mo eman no edi ama wo mo.
The relations between our two countries form for us some of the most important relations that we have with the countries of the world. And we see ourselves in Nigeria as bound by a long-standing relationship of cooperation and brotherliness. And today in the West African region, we stand as the strong democracies in our region and who are standing side by side in the fight against terrorism and unconstitutional changes of governments in our area. The world around us is taking on all kinds of different shapes, but through it all, when you have a good friend and a brother and you stand by side with them, you will be in a position to confront the difficulties and the changes with some degree of confidence and the hope of success. That is the way in which I look at the relations between Ghana and Nigeria. I want to welcome you very, very warmly to our country.
Yada so ewo mampanyi akache Ethiopia Prime Minister wabaga na ha se yenim se Ethiopia eho enwo ye bosumi be se edunie he de asomdwe eni ho asojafo eni atuate dom wo mode abo ani amasese de enioma eyaage ensemo enti opanyi aba be piem wo man mu a wo hwe sa yonkofo eda Ethiopia ne Ghana ntem ebetimi akoso na afei wo matena kira adwendwene kwampa wo mode befa so ama asomdwe etimi aba oman ni mu.
Fully understand.
The Prime Minister, they'll come get introduced to the President, then we'll leave.
And he's coming to talk to us about the progress of bilateral relations between Ethiopia and Ghana. Then, of course, necessarily about regional and continental issues as well will be part of the meeting today. So that's basically why he's here. Okay? All right.
COVID-19 Trust Fund wonum ebie center for no wode eba beboa sede ebe ya yade sede asi ate se sekoba so obinya bia ebetimi di nipa kro na akọ ne akwa no enu nti Pantan Hospital eho ena wo mabia no
COVID-19 yadi ebaye omampanyi na nado danko Akufo-Addo oyi 7-member COVID-19 Trust Fund Committee bi nam so ema opanyi na oda wo mo ano Ankane Chief Justice her ladyship Sophia AB Akufo retired wono ene na oda wo mo ano ya wo mo agi donations ahodo no a mo hwe atoto niema aboa ama COVID-19 yade no yatimi ako ewo oman Ghana mu na wo mo ade atudwa se wo mo akwa commission isolation na fi treatment center ba ko ewo Pantan Hospital a ebehwe aboa wo mo munya COVID-19 ewo mpotam ho no wo baby akọ na wo mo atumi akọje ayarehwe ewo ho na eno na her ladyship Sophia Akufo ede ba betu dwese wo mo asesika twitwiridie pa ewo sa treatment center yi ehu enu nti no esese empanimfo ehwe na wo mo somu yi se de be ya ebetumi aboa amasa adwumadie no a wo mo edidi ewo mpotam ho no atumi awie peye.
COVID-19 National Trust Fund bebwe isolation COVID-19 isolation and treatment center Pantan Hospital ha yema wonska na wons wo de asiesie ha osha unse the dang nankasa no stand out yes ronko sene be ya wonga both wonga wo patients were psychiatric patients and any person in the neighborhood ovenya COVID and I say obe test positive say here treatment no utumiba for observation and if need be no for treatment yeah boy about 800,000 and 600 cities So I did the woody chobia. I ate the beer, nipper be what they know would I the chadintino. One said I'm say there's more where it comes from, but and yes, Sikana Yedima no, a Sika Ghana for the braying, saying Famua. Government Nejuma already war COVID-19 hono intino as I said what once wash see bibi ho keketu bia as I said wash no see no
na eno achi na ye maame ede to dwa se hospital no ede abeto wo mo anim se wo mo ehia oxygen plant e wo asipiti wo eno so no wo mo edi hu abobo na emwa bi ese ne fata bia no wo mo atumi ede ama hospital no na oxygen plant no wo mo nsa atumi akam
na nye COVID-19 fo kwa na wo hia oxygen really no hospital bia should have an oxygen plant because it bia obine tete aba obine heart be whatever somebody needs extra oxygen intino what's we here oxygen COVID-19 and so the oxygen what the treat you inti say no say tani city say obi bebda hanoma as I say what the oxygen cylinder nebesini so me doctor be atre me say sade no eno no so is likely to introduce other bacteria, other infections because it's been overhandled you know important nti ye behwe ne aye betumi aye bie wo misaye and then one young reka wo misaye ye name how much it will cost.
Afe ye ko Kumasi enhyiamu bi Akosua enhyiamu PNC mpanimfo bi ena omo ekokoyeye na wo mu wie enhyiamu no na omo si ginaye se People's National Convention mi kire PNC amanyoku no wo mo ahye se Owura David Apasera ene national chairman Emma party no eye Owura Moses Dani Ba womunsi fom emfa womu dibre ento no kra no asede ye tu womu no enti womu ye hyiamu ni wieye ena womu ne nsantwefo kasa ya womu de atudwasa
na wotwe mu ene beto dwasa okopie mu ewa amanyoku aye frɛ no People's National Convention bekire PNC amanyoku na emu enwokra Abraham penyimfo bi eye nhyiamudie bi ewo Accra womu ewie womu kire sɛ womu General Secretary Janet Nabila womu ayinadi anase womu asuspend no womu atwena sense onkotena ba bi kra na niema bi wo ha oya etietia party no efa ahodie ene ensempi asami beto edwa no empenyimfo womu wo PNC womu ekasa na no ena Kumasi ewa Santimantema so PNC amanyoku nankasa womo afre extraordinary emergency meeting womo frɛ ya womo kyerɛ sɛ National Executive Committee no eyekuo kɛseɛ ɛwɔ PNC amanyoku no womo so aba behie mu ɛwɔ Kumase womo kyerɛ sɛ na wotwetwe mu nsɛm a esisiye ɛma ya mpanyimfo bi ɛkɔtena ase ɛwɔ Greater Accra ɛkyerɛ sɛ womo ayi General Secretary di no womo ahwehwɛ mu hu sɛ womo kra na womo ni tumi bia enipa dodo womo hyiae no na mmrakwa mu ɛwɔ PNC amanyoku no womo ntimi suspend anase omuntimi enyi Janet Nabila o General Secretary ni free na mom omo so empanyimfo omo da neck ano ewo PNC omo be ye nhyiamu okumase hwehwe niema no omutimi ngo se dabi enipa mienu na ese PNC amanyoku no Owura David Apasara na afi Owura Moses Dani Ba sa mpanyimfo mienu we omo se PNC amanyoku no omo hwehwe nkrata omutimi so omo ye niema bi a etia PNC amanyoku no enti no omo mienu animanim ya omo yi omo afri party no kopim so omo be ye ehwehwemu ehu niema na emprempren ya no neck edema PNC amanyoku ewo eye extraordinary emergency meeting omo be ye no Kumase no wo mo ekire se eye Greater Accra Mantem otitire ni a wo hwe party no so mekire regional chairman edema PNC Bala Saliu Mekanka wono NSC omo aye no acting leader edema PNC and national chairman ko pem se wo mo ebeto aba na emra nhyiamudie no ebe awie no Ashanti regional secretary edema PNC amanyoku no Suleiman Asedu wono ene gina neck anam ewo PNC edimu ekasai
enche bia na yete say neck meeting bia koso on kran 28 August sa neck meeting no meeting aba be sha say no say sa neck meeting o man nye ni ye o man fa no kwan so o man timan fo o ma dey friend kurum regions dodo I say o munya no o man timan nya enti sa meeting they say they are bogu in the records of the PNC enti dia o mo kan say o ma je atumo sa meeting ni na no ye stress say obi bia ma onfa nye dwuma na sa meeting no enkai records kra eye petitioner eye general secretary Janet Asan Nabla ene Munir Mohammed ena Memuna Idana ede ba ese neck yenhwe na ndi asem no mo efa dwumedi a eye Mr. Pasara our former leader ene Mr. Musi Daniba our former chairman edi ye no neck yetena ase hwe mu no ehun so omudi for efa 150,000 a omuko yi ewo account mu a omum timi kire dwumedi a omudi saska ni ye no ye say ye jatum enunti Mr. David Apasara ne Musi Daniba ye say omontina nchen omunye PNC leader ene chairman bium 49A4 of the PNC constitution no so man di dwumedi so omudinti ye yi omo ato nchen ye yi omo ato nchen no ye the Greater Accra Regional Chairman Bellamy Kankan ono na obey the acting chairman any leader dima PNC no up to the timer ye be new elections na ye yi mpanyinfo biom yes sir sisu biom said the general secretary Madam Janet Asan Nabila wetima akoso na we di dwumadie se na we di ne da no
Asofo a ono ene hwe nsuwa ene ahunidie eho ensem ye onumonyamfo Cecilia Bna Dapa na wode nani kotwa wisi akwakohwe enwuma a wonom eye ewo mansini makomako enum ewo fragmentum mu baby ti se Central Ton Norton Whole West Adaklu afei Agotime ene Zope na ne nyina no eye Strabag project eno ebema omanfo bese empem ahanu ene ekire ene benya nsuanom ewo ho a wakwakwwe se adwuma no san ene esiko.
The idea is that we are close to the Volta River and the downstream of Volta is quite clean, and today we checked the turbidity is less than 1 NTU, so we are taking advantage of the clean nature of the Volta and to make sure that at least most communities benefit. Substantially, in Volta region, groundwater the quality is quite bad. The kind of rocks that you find here, the geology does not provide us with that capacity to be drilling boreholes. Yeah, so, and these small communities, the easiest technology is to drill a borehole and then you provide clean water. But we don't have that along. So even most of the boreholes that were provided, the communities were complaining. Of course, the taste is not good. So the government will have to invest in making sure that we use the Volta area, which is quite clean. It's really clean at this part of it.
It's one thing producing the water and storing. It's another thing. So when you be who came now they are buying where first in and say yes nsuo no wia I was say the pipes tutum droba tutum na etumi kwa afie mu any communities no ni panya nsuo no use saa de we ye a meme ministry aye municipalities ni assemblies no mu so aye dan adwo ankura bia nso so mpomuden mu asem ye hwe ho asem aka eti afa wie na wo nua bi na be ho so ato bibia to form aboa bibia no a every right so even now
we are expecting that as time goes on the coverage of water provision for our people will continue to improve, and the minister tomorrow will be at the Keta water expansion project at Agodome in Sarpong. That's going to provide water for millions of people in the southern part of the Volta.
Afe yanko Asante Mantem na Asante Mantem soafo onimonyamfo Simon Osei Mensa na ode atudwa se Asante hine otumfo Osei tutu owo akomapa ena afe owo abadaye edema Ghana de hye titiru ne Asante man se empuntuo ebetimi akoso ewo baabia.
Asante Mantem soafo onimonyamfo Simon Osei Mensa edinsan we to UTV nsam twefo edim ewo Kumasi Airport abra Asante hine otumfo Osei tutu autosu mienu otu kwan ko piem wa America brochimre mu no obepiem ewo Ghana na empanyimfo omo Regional Security Council afi na nanama hemfo ena omo manhia ebehia no na no ena Asante Mantem soafo ekire mu se wo hwe Asante hine otumfo Osei tutu a emmode mu a wabo ade ama Asante man no enye asam ketua wo se aban bi a aba biara no wohwɛ mpuntudwuma ɛbɛba Kumase ne mmea ahodoɔ a ɛwɔ Asantema biara no ɛyɛ ade otumfoɔ nsa wɔ mu bi wohwɛ adwumadie bi a ɔmo bɛdi biara no otumfoɔ ani adi akyire ɛdu baabi koraa no na sɛ nneɛma ɛnkɔ yie ɛdu baabi na wopɛ adwenkyerɛ bi a Asantehene ɛna wɔn ɛkɔdan no enti Asantehene yɛ obi a ɔsombo ɛde ma Ghana man ɔsombo ɛde ma Asanteman ɛfa mpuntuo ɛne asomdwie
Asanteman wura otumfoɔ sɛ tutu abɛbio otia ne n'akyi kakra ɛkɔ amanɔne ɛne na ɔbɛduru ɛyɛ ne gyesɛm kɛseɛ ɛma yɛn ma Asanteman na wɔsɛ ɛbɔ mmɔden ne bɛhyia no wɔ saa wienhyia dwurabea ha na yɛbɛgye ne taataa na yɛde no ɛkɔ fie yɛnim sɛ otumfoɔ deɛ ɔsombo ma yɛn sɛ wofa Asanteman mpuntu ahodoɔ a ɛda n'akoma so enwuma bebree wɔ hɔ a yɛyɛ na Asanteman ntam a ɔno ɔmampanin nyinaa na ka bɔ mu na ɔmo kɔpere na ɔmo rebrɛ Asanteman enti mmere biara no wokɔ ne nkyɛn so a afutu ɔde ma wo nyinaa ɛfa Asanteman nkɔsoɔ ho wɔyɛ nipa bi a ɔda sononko wɔnyɛ pɛsɛmenkuminya mmere biara wɔdwene na manfoɔ ɛyɛ die ho ti sɛ nipa ɛwɔ nipa wei da no mmere biara wobɔ mpa yɛ ma no na wokɔ ne nkyɛn so na akɔgye akwankyerɛ na sɛbesɛbe ne nyansa a wɔwɔ no na ɔpɔne ho kakra nso na ɔde ma na so ɔde bɔbra edi mmere bi obetu ka wɔnu ha no na abegya ɛka kɛseɛ ato hɔ enti ɔbaa ne yɛ nigye sɛ gabo abɛda hɔ no ɔno a bɛfe no sɛ ampaboa no obi antimi hyɛ ɔno a na ebetimi ahyɛ ne ɛyɛ nigye sɛ bɛhyia no ɔbɛfa sa ampaboa kɛseɛ no ahyɛ na yɛn so yɛata n'akyi ne bere bia yakɔ no hɔ ɔama yakwankyerɛ na wakyerɛ ɛkwan a yɛmmoa ne yɛmfa so na yɛmfa Asanteman ne Ghana mpuntuo no nyinaa nkɔ n'anim
ɛno akyi no otumfoɔ akyira me mu baako baafoɔ kɛntɛnkrakyi ɛso no UTV nsɛm twɛfoɔ twetwe nkɔmmɔ ɛma ɔno so kyerɛ mu sei
tumi baako ne na ɔtwe ne ɛne Awurade so tiɛ ne n'akyi akɔ America maa mu na mɛnkyɛ adeɛ ɔfiri hɔ kɔɔ London nnɛ ɛna sɛ bi ɔba Asanteman wura sɛ bɔ ɔba saa sɛ ne sɛ bɔ no kwana sɛ firi akɔ sɛ nam nyinaa ka ne ho na nyinaa sɛ bɔ ne kyidɔm na ne nyinaa kɔ fie sɛ na nam nyinaa de kete deɛ ne gyeɛ sɛ sɛ bi Asanteman kra sɛ bi Asanteman wura ɔba deɛ a na yɛ nyinaa bɛhyia no kwan na ama na kɔ aba sɛ na du fie
afei yɛnkɔ mfimfini mantamu ɔsoafoɔ a wɔno ne hwɛ ensase no ɔba adeɛ nneɔma a ɔde adom yɛi ɛyɛ onumnyafoɔ Samuel Abu gyinapo na ɔde ato Ghana de hyɛ nyinaa anim sɛ yɛn nyinaa yɛmmoa sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ a wɔn mu a afa ato wɔn tirim sɛ wɔn bɛsɛe yɛn nsuwa wɔn bɛsɛe yɛ kwaeɛ no mabu mu nnua ne nyinaa no yɛnhwɛ na yɛmmoa sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ bɛtumi abɔ ho ban.
The famous matter of Galamsey, and I've had the privilege of meeting the Regional Security Council under the chairpersonship of the outstanding regional minister for the Central Region. And we had very strategic, comprehensive discussions and came to far-reaching conclusions. And the efforts we are making to come to grips with the regulation of small-scale mining in our country is going to continue. And we need your support, and we need the support of all citizens in the Central Region for us to be able to make a headway when it comes to this matter of Galamsey. We do so for the good of our country and for the survival of our country. And there are all kinds of measures we are putting in place. I had the privilege also of meeting the Central Regional House of Chiefs. I brought this matter before the House of Chiefs, gave their full support and promised their cooperation with the government to be able to come to grips with this matter. I said it when I met them, that in any community where you have illegal mining, clearly, if you have a situation where the chief or the Udikuro of that place, the political leadership, which is in many cases, and the head of the law enforcement agency, which in many cases the police commander, working via the DCE or their equivalent, work together in harmony to deal with matters relating to illegal mining. My short experience tells me that in those kinds of circumstances, it becomes very difficult for illegal mining to flourish. But when you have a gap, or when you have a breakdown in these three relations between the police, the DCE, and the chief, or when you have one, but we are getting on with it, and we need your support. And I'm very happy that the Central Regional House of Chiefs promised their cooperation and pledged their support to get us to be able to rid our country of illegal mining.
Afe yemra apoye mantamu na ECG adwumakuo no apoye mantamu kire se enkrofo bi afakwati kwan so akope mita bi a yenyi ntumu enye papa na omode ECG first ka abo ho na omode ewurawura mu no manfo enye ahweyie ewo ho a woni nsadwerofo ahia ama wachechire mu
ECG kane adwumakuo ne nkrabata ewa apoye mantamu eno mo first centrofo nhyiamu okoforidu ama UTV ekobie na kwankyerefo edema adwumakuo no engineer Michael Ba ene kasa ye no se omo achi nipanum omo wa posifo ensem ebo amanhwemu akoso omo ebone ne se omo fa kwati kwan ene akwani asaso ekofa mita enye papa ema Ghana fo wa apoye mantamu enipanum no emumienu efri abremu mansinim ena miensa fri so hum eno no ru aba efa so de afutuo ma Ghana fo se si agi mita yenhwe hu se ye agi de afri ECG kane adwumakuo ne nchen anya sade wo hawo ebebre yen.
The company's surveillance over the past month has revealed that some unscrupulous people have been making frantic effort to infiltrate our stable distribution network with illegal meters. Such illegal meters are also fake and are faced with stickers to appear as though it was coming from ECG. So far, we have arrested 5 suspects, 2 in New Abrim and 3 in Sum districts, who are currently assisting the police in investigations. The company is therefore sending a strong signal to all people involved in such act to stop. It will also not rest on its but work hard to arrest and prosecute perpetrators or any person with the intention to undertake such criminal activities.
Afe yaba enkramanta mase ya na ye ko ashaiman abankra chepanyini a wo ho e kire se enyade a woja bibia kire wo mo ye de o mbetimi bia se de be ya adehye e wo ashaiman se yesi ehode ye bodin a na ye huhuhu nkrofo kire se ehode ye ho hye ehode odu anhwe yi abone obi be pra obi be ye o se sa nyoma ne nyina no wo mo ye de o mbetimi bia se de be ya be yi sa de no e de afiri wo mo so na afe empuntu onko a omanfo ani age eho yie onimonyamfo Albert Boache ochire wono e no de asemi tudwa
Yehunwe isan se wo hwe records wo education wa na che se yenya about 40% increase of admissions no chere say sa school feeding no na wo ho no na boy na fe capitation grant boy na additional school adan ICC BA wo tubler ho no and also eboa efa mofra ne bebre o school yehwe na yakwan na kwan ne nyakra sisi nyanye yi nanso yefa baby to say Middle East ya akota akre ne ho nso na Middle East akwan no ya ye aye drinks ne nim se aman hyehye no ntoboase sisi ye bopini ekọ yedi afa 22 yedi bewrem akọ akosi Lebanon no mu 1 and 2 ehode se me ka say ahokwan no ya baby ade a hadwen pa ye wo kwan kon ba ko a eda presby soro ho no efa ho akopie Lebanon ekwan na yedi ama contact contractor no se oni site ba me ka say wa ye drinks no yabo piano na emse eskasem kakra ndi emso ne mpanifo nso yentotoye egidi se yekoye ne mu nsa be kan sika na san aba sa kwan no mfra ne Jericho kwan
yɛda so a egyina ashaiman ho no ana ora Albert Boache ochre kyerɛ sɛ bambɔ wo nsɛm de sese wo mu kuram ɔmo ye de ombetimi bia ase de be a bambɔ wo nsɛm ebetimi akɔfom na bɔne bebrebe ɛkɔso no watimi ahwɛ asia no na wabɔ adehye ɛwɔ hɔ aba so sɛ ɔmo nyina asomu aboa ama sese yempuntuo ɛba ɛwɔ bɔne ho
Municipal Security Council na ya boy nuanom amanfo nyina kokko se bambo wi odi kan bo ho ban ansana obi aboa wo ene se wonye ade a ebetwe obi ani ababone yeso kuresika na odenam atwe nipa eba usika no so na fe enso nya ba bia na yeso ufa approve route onam so kwa em se beboa wo unko na unko fa ntokrum yenye na sa na fe so wo mo a sebe wo mo pesikantem obi be hia fa takubaje pomba ko de enfanya adwuma sa ne ma no na se wo do homa megidi se na wo boa aboneyefo no so ama omo adwuma asan akoso se obi edi mranketenkete a aban no ne assembly no ahyehye ato ho yedi so nketenkete a megidi se ebeboa ama ebambo no CP se baby to say about din sabisimu ne sa ne maneme yes ye kum obi enti uhu obi ne ye bi na hwese ne ye ene ye asetena mu nhyeda anya yi a uhu ya na otia police na so
Ekuo a yefra omo Stop TB Partnership Ghana wonom ne apomden atenaye eno achi no ne USAID ene ekuaku ahodo ni nyina ahia wo mo hwe ahofama a obetimi ahwe ama TB yade anase enkonkon ewa kese a ebeto nipa so a wonhunu so no obetimi ahwe abre nase na afi watimi etu ase free omanyimu.
Programs Manager Edema National Control Program Ghana, Dr. Yawadu Sipoku SCTB Anasen Samawaya Dieno, Yebetimi Akon Etia Enunti Ghana for Yemfehu Enshim. Ebro mu Eyenshiemuno and was say, Ebre ason se apomdin edume fon one can be wom, ewo apomudin wono, Efa to monso ebo and to a church muche Ghana for say, Samawaya Dieno enye musio yadie Anasen Toyadie, Yebetimi Ashe Abra noas
ye tutuya no maye, na yama. Nipa abaye parliament ene private nkrofo no nyina so hu se yare no ho de kum nipa pa eno no na yehia akade te se inexpert eno aso so tumi test covid eno aso so tumi test TB na aman nyina ye wo 133 pe nti yehia bebre Efan say district bia no oh say district no ye 260 district enka district bia enya gene expert baako enka bebo papa ana x-ray ya ye kan say x-ray ya ye no ketwa bia otumi de sen okon ho a kire say yenya bi no ane say ye konkurase ye ko communities nim no ane de asi ho na ya ye bi say say so bio akwala wo tibia din se obetimi atena horo na mum unya x-ray bia etimi twa etimi hu se akwala ene ne nsunsan ene ne history ni ade etimi hu se akwala wo TB nti ye no
Owura David akwasi afre enso kasai
sa project ya nti ya ba hai ye pese yenkohwe minister for health yenkohwe minister for finance ye co parliament right honorable Gbagbi ho ye call health committee yeni yumunya ye bonkomo fa TB problem no ye de be call first lady ye nya second lady na enyina ya bonkomo bebia omampeni ade a omampeni ko sign ne gusu say every year no ye be fine ni passe for TB na ya titi omo no yenju hu ye du hi say adentin na yentimi achieve sa target na yen nyina yen dwundwun ho sika ebe hia nyama wo se ento edura ebe to aboabo bia wo se yen boa yen ho na yen hwehwe se ya ye ready klalo se sa amanfo mu yare sama wa yare ebetimi akofhwehwe omo bia na ya den ya try yare no ano
Adechen stroma dwumadi ekoso ene anope ma Jakwabna tena apuniti e ma mpanimfo e bedwendwene Ghana ho Ghana nkomonimu no owura baako a wono besi MPP amanyokuo no anamu eye owura Dennis Miracles Abuaje eno wo chese ensamo a enkane mampanyi Mahama ekọ ne thank you to ekọ kan ho asem se abaye beto na fimpinu ne aduonu ena yedu odai no o mepa Ghana fo chew
Ghana will not die. Elections and yet do or die. Election ye do or do. But here the attorney here. Baby any system no me say ye kunipa. Sa wo call police station. Na say ye kokan. Na say wo agent wo. Na say numbers ni bi enko ya. There is a system, there is a process, there is a structure within the law. And ye die. Ye call collation center. Na say ye kokan. Na so bi wo concern. There is a process. And ye do. And ye die. Ye kan wiempo. Na say the ballot box near tum na say ebia won mo yadua there is a do and you die. There is nowhere in our democratic dispensation our processor you what die ewo mu ebi ni ho na omampani dada wo di assemblyman we di MP we di deputy minister we di minister we di vice president we di president. You have benefited, you are one of the chief beneficiaries of our democracy in Ghana, one of our chief democracies of our democracy in Ghana, chief beneficiaries. Say ne, son say wo no why you desperate say e kwan bia so no, wo pese wo san baby no, what's your mind more? Just because
asaso can actual man more.
And do or die then say do or die and say yeah and I say yewu. That is what it means. Nichi no. Do yeah or ana die and say yewu. Do or die. Nichi there is no other explanation to do or die. And I think that it's very unfortunate. They are omampeni that John Dramani Mahama kan, you know, and it will be very, very important. Say as soon as possible, when your opportunity be no kujia baby, he should apologize and retract that statement. In fact,
enkane mampanyi Mahama onwieye wakwako piemu ewo Techiman na Techiman okoduru ye no se omanfo ekaye afimpinu ne aduonu ayeto abano etututu obi ekoso ema nipa besem yensa bi afrimu wo aba ayeto ye nimu eno no oche se wo mo hwedin ehu se Ghana mampanyi na nado danko akufu ado ne na bedi akire wo nyo madwene se wo mo ebehwe ama nipa wo mo yesa no ye de wo bekwa kogina mra na ni mama mra no wo mo akon ate eno nti o hye Techimanfo ebo se afimpinu ne aduonu baako nyame ya adom na obetena akonwa no so a obehwe se sa enipa yesa abono no ye de wo mo ebegina mra na nim na emra no ene wonum edi
bimpo no munye party for omo eba ho keke Techimanfo a echese omo atese BBC baako abofra keto bi odi 18 years ase na ombanya abegina ho enti tuo no to ye no na ka sani pa miensen ya omu ye ne omu prepare so omu doso me kai say ye call Winchi Hospital ekochia omu prepare na yen aka say justice must not only be done but be seen to be done. E was say omu toto sa atu no ye twe omu aso enya say chine bi ombe ye bium because normally when your friend impunity enti Techiman see ya nya ho hwe no eno na fa ejura de enso bai na se koso sa na yantwe nipa so a eno ani se basa yo bibia ba wo hwe emra ni mu a security emra no ye were rules of engagement wo sha se ne say na odinsuo na wapete na why say se ni na entimi anya adwuma ansa na fresh soldier for eba so wo hwe ejura you know say abra asrafo na eba no security forces na eba na soldier for na we nim and cause police for we nim na soldier for we echi and the police for no be ya na anya hia na soldier for no abam so omuduru ho omo receive free from nyina soldier for from omo pick up omo see and so papa na asemaba the American say we must do justice. First, I'll say, Omo yes, and no more who say you cannot just waste human life like that.
But President can't.
Then apart from that,
and Joe Wise and so unfortunately make his statement.
Also, we are criminals.
We are robbers.
Can you imagine that? And it's not only justice, they must be compensated. The families must be compensated for the loss of loved ones. I will say mom compensation. Now, me is so say, however long it takes, me saying this is buying better. And this is buying bar. We will investigate these things. Murder and criminal, matters. You need statute of limitation be also. And maybe you can still investigate them and do what is right. It is this is buying bar. We will investigate now. Yes, and aside from that, families know so. Say you be dear by more will compensate them. Those who were killed, families never compensate them. Now prepare and will compensate them, for the actions that were taken by buying security for.
Afeyenko amanhodo so nsemo na ekopie mu ewo Kenya man mu na Kenya man abra bolt for ye ka bolt a eno eye ahyen edwumadi a se bia wo phone so wo hwe na wo kọ ba bia ene o request anase wo ye pena ababe gina ba bia wo no na ode wo akọ na Kenya fo no na omaye omadwen se om se ema no wo mutinye om kofruka ne bia na ya anyi nipa kro no ya anyi ne nyoma na ya twone mu na ne ekeka ho eni nti omaye bibi ti se wo ye oba na se wo pe bolt ne bia eno no oba a wo twi bolt ne bi wo no ene beba befa wo eno na nkrofo kye se omo hu sa nti se ema ho beto wo mo no omaye safe nti sika ye gye wo mo e wo bolt no so no ese wani ense o ka kire na eno ena adwumako na ba dia betu dwa se ane wo mu nimpa na se wo pene saa de a saa na beye ena omo nso so se de omo sia ye omo hyehyeye no enu nti na ama sika no kosoro ena omanfo kye se we de enye ekobasa na ese de wo mo fa ho ema ehu a aka wo mo nti no na omo de je enkrofo sika se wo Kenya man ni mu a saa ena omanfo no ekasa bebre ewo bolt ene se de osi ema droba fo efa ema apasinyafo Abusia yenyina we so na yenya aboafo nkrato emra ye ba ye de agodie mu nsem ebeto aso